Hey, Mash, you're looking at me all wrong. I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron. We're doing the whirly-durly. It's your boy Zero.
And I am Mash. What's up, guys?
Yes, we're back with more Digimon goodness. Last time we left off in this new area. Yeah, we were trying to find something, and I completely forgot to double check what it is that we were doing because your boy over here is a genius.
Like a Albert Einstein genius or Stephen Hawking genius?
More like the kid at the back of the classroom that eats glue genius.
Okay. You did that? Wow. What does glue taste like? Tell us about it.
Regret. 100% regret.
We do not condone eating glue or sitting at the back of the classroom.
I mean, you can sit at the back of the classroom. That doesn't do anything negative, I don't think so. But we don't condone eating glue. It's probably toxic anyway, isn't it?
Anyway, we're here to play some Digimon.
Yes, indeed we are. But yes, we have to continue the story, and I believe I need to go this way to get there. God, it's tough to continue a story when there's just so many paths you can take, and I need to get these two buddies of mine. I need to get their SP back up. As you can see, they're quite low. Crestmon only has 2.
I really like the backgrounds in this stage.
I mean, they're essentially the same backgrounds, except for those, like, red towers that are coming up and down.
Yeah. So, if anyone's played Persona 3, which, by the way, I'm excited that that's finally getting a remake. If anyone played the original Persona 3, after a while, the dungeon crawling was kind of obnoxious or samey, let's say, just because it was basically always the same background for the most part, with like a slight color variation. I mean, there were other little details that were slightly different, but for the most part, you were basically just doing the same dungeon every chapter, slight color swap. And if the developer expects you to be in that dungeon for like whatever 50 hours or something while you're getting through this game, they should put at least a little bit of effort into putting up some wallpaper. I'm gonna say that much.
Oh, crap. Yes, I agree with what you said, even though I barely paid attention. I'm sorry, Mash.
Okay.
No, so it turns out that we're gonna be doing a domination battle. Remember that weird battle system where we had to, like, choose a position and shit like that?
No, I don't, because I wasn't paying attention.
I don't even blame you. We need 3 party members, so now I need to find a third that's going to... Okay, so we can go up to 30 memory. These take 6, 8, and 5, and 4. What do we have in Digibank? This bastard takes 12. Alright, so... There we go, that's how we can switch around. Cool. I think I'm going to take Raptor Dramon. What do you think, Mash?
I don't know. Just, I guess, do whatever you feel like.
Help me choose! We're playing this together, boy! We got Ogremon, we got Starmon,
or whatever.
Galgamon. Come on, take a look. Do you want the... Hey, guys, it's Ice Devimon. Yeah, would you like me in your party? Hey, Mash, you're looking at me all wrong. I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Geez, Mash, you're no fun.
Yeah, I guess not. And neither is this game, but I'm trying to participate. I'm trying to make a conversation, and you know, I'm just doing the best I can with what's given to me, which isn't very much, because this game fucking sucks ass.
Jeez, like tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, did you pay attention to that? Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't on purpose, Mash. It wasn't on purpose, I swear. My brain was just somewhere else.
I think my input here is pretty minimal because you're basically just playing while I'm watching, so I would say that what didn't like somewhere in the beginning we kind of took turns playing it, but I don't even play this anymore. I just kind of sit here and tell stories. So
It wasn't because I didn't want you to play.
no, it was because it would make it easier, but also just yeah. I mean, this is your game.
Well, we got Starmon now. Starmon's gonna come in and he's gonna be our hero. Hopefully. Because he's level 24, and I took the guy that has the highest level. Fizzle! Just stop bothering me. I want to get through the story. But Mash, tell everyone, what have we been up to? Yeah. What have we been up to?
If you've been paying attention to our social media or our YouTube channel, you'll see that because it's July, we're doing a summer of fighting games for 2023, and we have, of course, a bunch of we got a bunch of different fighting games that we're gonna play. This year, not gonna be quite as many, but we did pick 4, and there'll be one on every Tuesday of July, and that's gonna be the summer of fighting games for 2023. You know, playing through some of these games, I mean, not all of them I was completely familiar with. There's at least 3 that I wasn't completely familiar with. Makes me miss playing fighting games. Fighting games is fun, and summer is a fun time for them.
I completely agree. I mean, summer is also when frickin' Evo usually starts. And it only gives me that, like, you know, very excited feeling. Because also some fighting games tend to come out during the summer. Usually also during the fall as well, but Street Fighter 6 came out last month, and I've been just having a blast with it. And last year's summer of fighting games, like Mash was alluding to, we're not doing as many as we did last year. We did 2 a week. We're only doing 1 a week now. We already have 2 episodes up by the time this episode goes up, actually. And there were some pretty good games. Mash, would you like to talk about the one you chose?
Yeah, so for me, it was Capcom versus SNK 2, which I just like Capcom versus SNK 2 because it's so. It hit that moment where I really came to terms with I'm playing a very old game at this fighting game club where we hang out at, but it's like timeless. Like you immediately see that this game is timeless. It's not been featured on our channel. I played a little bit of it on Fightcade, and of course, anytime you go over to arcade that features like arcade cabs, like candy cabs and stuff like that, you might end up seeing a CVS2. You might have one playable. I definitely recommend trying it, even if you don't know what you're doing. It's kind of just fun because, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, there's so many different characters for you to choose from. You could play so many different styles. So it's definitely a fun game. It's a very intense game if you do know what you're doing, and tournaments are interesting. But yeah, that was my pick, and that's the second one because we had a previous one. Would you like to tell us about your pick?
Oh, for sure. So, I decided to go back to the Capcom Fighting Collection. There's a bunch of games on that thing. And one game that was always, that seemed very curious to me was Cyberbots Full Metal Madness. And I figured it would only be an even better pick because it's a mech fighter. And Mash over here is a big fan of Gundam. I think, didn't we unbox a Gundam model before, by the way?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, we did. And I have more. We could totally unbox more of them, but it's just a matter of...
I'm always down for it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, like, when you buy Gunpla, let me tell you, you end up sitting on it forever. So, like, yeah, yep. It will be a matter of figuring out what actually makes it into the episode.
Absolutely. So, based on Mash's fascination with Gundam, I figured, all right, why don't we try it? Cyberbots. Also, one of the main characters from that series, Jin Saotome, I'm forgetting the exact last name. He appeared in a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom games. He's that guy with the white bandana and the white suit that keeps yelling really loud. And one of his supers is a big robot arm that just comes and punches straight through. He was always a fun character for me. He's a little broken, but I've seen characters that are way more broken, obviously. So I said, you know what? Let's just go for it. And you know what? Tasted like chicken. It wasn't bad at all. The game was quite fun. It had its own charm to it, and some interesting mechanics that seems like they plucked it straight out of Street Fighter and their other fighters, and then decided, all right, we're just gonna explore it further here. Like, especially the arm falling off thing, absolutely taken from Vega, like you said in the episode, Mash.
Yeah, well, specifically the arm falling off and then you can pick it up later. It's just kind of lying there on the stage. That was definitely Vega. I had no idea of what this game was before. I never heard about it, but playing it was fun. Like I said in the episode, it did make me also want to play Gundam Wing Endless Duel, which is a great 2D mech-related fighting game. But yeah, that was a great choice. I had no idea that Capcom made that. It was just kind of odd at first because I obviously was familiar with the character because I've played Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I've seen people use that character. It was just kind of weird that you pick your character and then the character isn't actually there. Because in Marvel, you play as the character, but here you play just as only mechs. You don't really get to fight as any of the people.
That's right.
In this universe, yeah.
I gotta say, I really did enjoy it. And it's something that I probably want to continue exploring when I have the frickin' time. There's just so many games, and especially fighting games out there that...
Tell me about it. And speaking of so many games, almost too many games, that's another topic we could talk about. But speaking of so many games, in summer, I actually got a couple of games on Steam, and I'm thinking about doing because there's like the big Steam summer sale going on right now.
Yeah.
So since I got a few of them, I was thinking, you know, I'll probably stream just on my Twitch channel, just basically playing all of them. I kind of do that sometimes, you know, buy a couple of games and then just run them on stream, just go from one game to the next to get a little bit of a taste of each one. And yeah, I mean, definitely a good time to go pick up some games. I think pretty much all of the online marketplaces are doing summer sales, even maybe some retailers may be doing summer sales, but usually it's the online stores. So, you know, your Steam, your PlayStation, Nintendo, if they feel like having one this year, you know.
Quite honestly, I love summer sales. It makes me wish I was still a child. Maybe not a child, but at least late high school or early college, where I would have at least a little bit more time to get through some of the games that I probably wanted to get. But no, summer sales are amazing, especially PlayStation and Steam. They tend to have really good ones.
I mean, the entire time while I'm buying things off of these summer sales, it's in the back of my mind that, listen, I know I'm probably not going to get to most of these. So that's why I take the initiative and I'm like, well, I bought 4 games. I'm going to go ahead and stream all 4 games. So at least I could say I bought them and then I played them. I also am always, I don't know about you, but I'm also trying to be very conscious for the end of the year for our channel, because every year we try to finish out, granted it's not usually released at the end of the year, but we try to do the 2020, well, whatever year it is, in this case 2023 Game of the Year video. And I like to, you know, come to the table having done my homework, having played a couple of 2023 games. So a summer sale is a great time to pick up some of those. I actually picked up one game from 2023. There are 3 games that I'm aware of that are trying to kind of get some more so, some less, but that vibe of Jet Set Radio, and I got one of them. There was one that's already out. I think it came out in January, so I got that on Steam. It has great reviews. It's actually developed by Tango, the people that made like Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo, and it's published by Bethesda. So I'm expecting good things because it looks like an indie game. It's made by like AAA people. I would expect it to be. Is it
Hi-Fi Rush? You mean?
I think that was what it was called. I bought it. I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's the one that was released in January this year, and it was published by Bethesda. So I'm gonna play that one. I'm looking forward to it. And again, I try to play games that come out so that, you know, like I can bring some relevant discussion to our end of the year video that we usually do.
No, I feel you. There is another Jet Set Radio like game coming out, or I think it's almost out right now. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Yep. Uh-huh.
To my understanding, that thing's coming out on. Oh, I can't even use items. That sucks. It's coming out
I
on
think it's
Switch.
coming out in a month.
Yeah, it's coming out
Yeah.
in a month, and I think it's mainly on Switch first, which is gonna suck because I would love to play it on like PS4 or PS5.
True.
But we'll see. We'll see when it actually comes out.
True. Hey, if you get something on, if you're able to get something on PC, play a controller. That's pretty good too. But right now, I'm like running to my Twitter page because I know I retweeted this. But there is a third game. While we're calling out the other two,
Oh
there's
my
a
God.
third one as well. Yeah, this one is in beta. I'm trying to look for if I could if I could find it, but yeah, I'll let you guys know. So it was Bomb Rush, Hi-Fi, and there was like another one, and that is I like that Jet Set Radio aesthetic is getting some hype, is getting some love, and we're seeing some games that are, you know, basically giving us what we missed for so long. But it worries me a little bit from the perspective of, you know, when you release very similar games that kind of fill this niche thing that has this like flavor of a video game that hasn't been around for so long, that hasn't been justifiably, you know, given back to us in like a more modern version in so long. I feel like you're really overdoing it by doing them so close together. I can't help but think of, you know, like we didn't have skateboarding games for a while, for like a really long time.
Yeah.
And then one year at PAX East, we realized, oh, there's this great game called Skate Story, and which, by the way, Skate Story is supposed to come out this year too. Definitely gonna get it. Definitely gonna play it. Probably gonna feature on the channel as well. But like that time, around that time, we also had Skater XL. We had Sessions, and both of those games came out around the same time. And I'm just like, I love that both of these games exist, and they're trying to fulfill the void that Skate, the series, left. But it's just like, oh, it's such bad timing, like to release them side by side, or like within like a couple months or whatever it was, you know. It's just, I feel like they're gonna eat into each other, and then even if somebody gets both, I feel like they might not enjoy one as much because they just played something just like it, you know.
Honestly, it's frustrating being a skateboarding fan because that kind of stuff is gonna happen. You're gonna have people try to, what's it called? What's that word I'm looking for? People that are trying to get on the bandwagon and see if they can release a skating game, just like other ones that are looking pretty good. They try to pump one out, and it's frustrating because then it dilutes the market, like you were trying to say earlier. And
Not that we're saying that either Skater XL or Sessions are doing that, but Zero does make somewhat of a good point here. Yes, it does flood the market, and if someone does do it just to kind of ride a trend, then that's unfortunate because, you know, you
Yeah.
got to put some love and passion into your games.
Hell, Skatebird, Tony Hawk Remake 1 and 2, Skate Story. Like, I played all three of those. Well, I tried Skate Story, the previews, the demos.
Yeah.
All three of those games I just mentioned are great. I mean, Skatebird is probably not the best one out there out of the three because it's a little wonky, but it's still fun. And now you're telling me there's a handful of other games coming out that are trying to do a similar thing? Like, my attention can only go to so many games, you know?
Sessions and Skater XL already came out. Let me take a look at when that was, but I'm pretty sure both of them are out. Yeah. Yeah, Sessions was released. Let's see. Its full title is called Session Skate Sim, and it looks like it was released 2022 in September. And Skater XL, let's see.
Well, as you look that stuff up, Mash, it's turning out that these adults are committing crimes by using Digimon and saying stuff like, oh, they don't have free will. We'll just use them how we want. And now one of them got deleted. Okay.
Okay, I found it. I guess that wasn't the best example because Skater XL, it looks like it already came out. Wow, apparently a copy of it for PS4 on Walmart is $100, which that doesn't make much sense to me.
No.
But yeah, Skater XL already came out, but it was in 2020, and Sessions came out, like I said, 2022. So they didn't come out at the same time, but it's worth noting that they were both being like media publicized. They were being like hyped up kind of around the same time from what I remember, and it just made me think like, it's bad for them to be competing since they're both fulfilling a niche, and most people aren't going to buy both. So it's just not good for anyone, and unfortunately that kind of happens. I would say that probably happens a lot in indie games, in like smaller, not AAA development, because you're gonna just end up getting two people that have the same idea, like two companies that want to make the same type of game. That's inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's rough because I want these games to do good. The last thing I want is for people to put their heart, soul, tears, blood, sweat into a game and then release it into the ether, and then it just stays there. It gets little to no attention, and then the next fad comes in and takes over, and I'm just like, man, just stop with the fads. Can people just play decent games?
Yeah, I think creativity should be you should make the thing that you want to make.
Yeah.
It looks like yeah. So Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is set to come out August 18th, 2023. I'm probably gonna go ahead and play both. I'm gonna totally go against what I just said, and I'm just gonna get both and play them because I think it'll be an interesting thing to do for our 2023 video. But if I wasn't in the situation, like, well, I know we're gonna make content later, I would have probably just gotten either Hi-Fi Rush or Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sort of in a predicament right now because you know me, I love Crash and I love Street Fighter a lot. And in June, 2 games were released. Street Fighter 6 and Crash Team Rumble. And both games are fun. Obviously, I'm having a little bit more fun with Street Fighter 6. No offense to anybody who developed the Crash Rumble game. But yeah, it's just a little rough to be like, yeah, I'm going to buy both games at the same time. I could only really give a lot of attention to one. So
yeah. Yep. Well, luckily for me, I'm sure I can get through Cyberpunk pretty quickly, even if I don't finish it. Or not Cyberpunk, sorry. Bomb Rush. Hi-Fi.
There's Bomb Rush.
They both have
Cyberpunk.
Rush in the title, and this is really
Yes.
confusing, and they're both Jet Set type games. I think I could get through Hi-Fi Rush pretty quickly, just because it doesn't seem like it's a huge game. It looks like according to the greatest video game resource of all time, howlongtobeat.com, the story is only about 11 hours if you're just focusing on the story. So I could probably finish it pretty quickly. By the time that I get around to Bomb Rush, I probably won't get a day one, but by the time I get around to it, I'm sure I would have already kind of had my palate cleansed a little bit, and I'd be ready to try another one. And then I can, compare the two.
Indeed. But if you guys want to hear us continue talking about this stuff, you might want to join us for the next episode because we're out of time.
We're out of time?
Yes, we're out of time.
No way.
Yes, indeed. Please, everyone, if you liked our conversation, if you liked our gameplay, if you like us, make sure to slap that like button, mash the subscribe button. Let us know down in the comments below. Do you like fighting games like we do? Have you guys checked out the Summer of Fighting Games series that we're running all of July? Make sure to check those out. We'll have those linked in the video and in our description.
Absolutely. And don't forget, we still got plenty of great content coming up, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.